Good evening, everybody. Hope you're well. Hope you can hear me. Just let me know if you can hear me. Hopefully, it's all right. Thanks for coming in. Sai, how you doing? I can see you there in the chat. Welcome, welcome. I think the sound is okay. I can hear myself talking there in the background on the stream, so that's good. Yeah, welcome in, everybody. Daniel, how are you? Bit of TSW4. I thought it's been a while since we've done TSW4 live, and we're on the PS5. I think the last couple that I've been on the PC. So I thought I'd get my feet up, I'd sit on the settee, go to Preston Blackpool, and we'll run one on there first because I've been working my way through the journeys. So we'll go on the Blackpool branches first, then we'll head over to the Birmingham Cross City line, and we will run like I said, the new Regional Railways Centro Delivery 323. It's quite new, isn't it? It's quite new. Couple of weeks. Animal, how are you? Good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming in. I'm all good, thanks, Daniel. Yeah. Right, let's get into it then. So we're going to run the 47. I've done 26 out of 44 in the journey mode. Although, as I said, I have done some of them on the PC, but I like completing them on the PS5 because that's my main platform for TSW4, as you know. Reggie, how are you doing? Nice to see you. Dave, good evening. Right, I'm going to do Blythe Bridge to Blackpool North. So this is a short one, 28 minutes. Dynamic weather, 11th of August. Should be pretty good. Should be pretty good. Good evening, Ratty. How are you doing? Oh, it's nice to see that little symbol next to your name there. You've not missed anything, mate. We're just starting. Just starting. Right, here we go. Just let me know about the sound, because it has been a while since I've been on the PS5 version streaming it, so I don't want to be drowned out by the sound. Let's get the doors open, then we'll get everything set up, shall we? Let's get all the various lights and paraphernalia sorted out. I think that's the only one we've got there. We've got a headlight on this one. And then we need to go on the back wall. Do that. Do that. Acknowledge that. And I think we are good to go. We are in City of Hereford, which is 47575. I love the fact we got these nameplates. It's great, isn't it? This locomotive was named during the Great Western Railway 150th celebrations in 1985. Brilliant. Love it. Where's the route indicators? That's what I need. It's on the desk, isn't it? Desk lights, marker lights, that's what I want. That's better. We're fully lit. Right, so we're waiting until 10:20. So we'll do that. The audio is sound. Love it. That's good. So let's have a look at the schedule then. So we're going via Kirkham South Junction. Oh, we're straight to Blackpool, straight through. That's quite nice. Last call for anybody. Get the doors locked. Get the guards whistle. That's quite a nice touch, that, isn't it? Brakes all the way off. Right, let's go. Actually, you know what? It definitely helps if I put it in forward. Now we might be able to move. All that waiting around and I'm not putting it forwards. Oh dear me. Right, we're off now. And we got one just leaving there as well. Is that another 47? Could be a 45 actually. I think it's a 45. So there are quite a few services with the 45. I don't think I've run any yet, you know, on this, and I should. This, by the way, is still my favourite. I know we've not had much released since, but this is definitely still my favourite. I don't know what you guys think. You spent a year at college in the city of Hereford. That's pretty neat. Yeah, it's just something about them putting the nameplates on. Quite nice. Just over here, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but see this line going off up here? This is the Deepdale branch. It's kind of just up there now. It's kind of blocked off, just where that tunnel is, that bridge. It's blocked off there now, but there is tracks still in place, and it goes up to near the football ground at Preston. And formerly, it used to go all the way to Longridge, which is just outside Preston. It used to be used for Longridge stone is quarried and is used in a lot of local buildings, and they used to ship that up and down that line. And then in later years, before it was axed by Beeching, it went up to the Courtaulds textile mill, which is just near me actually. That line there, the section where I live has been paved now, so I do go and walk on it quite frequently. But that's where it's starting, and they're thinking of reopening that section there as a tram line. They've already started work on that. They started planning it, so that'll be quite nice, getting a tram from outside of Preston right into the station. That'd be pretty neat if they open that. I like it when they repurpose things like that. Anyway, just leaving Preston. St Walburg's is behind us. There's Tulcliffe Mill over there. I really love that they've put that in. You can't read it there, but you can see there's some writing there on the top of that tower. It says Tulcliffe on it, because this is Tulcliffe is the general sort of neighbourhood where we are. But that's Tulcliffe Mill. It's quite neat how they've left that in, because that's quite a distant feature, that. Anyway, we can take it up to 75, so I think we will. You can't drive the 31 on here. In service mode, you can create your own, can't you? Yeah, I know what you mean though. It seems a bit strange, that, doesn't it? Because 31's definitely ran up and down. When I was working at Leighton Station as part of the training scheme, I used to travel up and down every day in the front of a 31, because I knew the driver who was on it most of the time in the mornings, and he used to let me jump in the front, which is quite nice of him. Does the HUD change back to the old style every time you go on the game? You have to keep changing it on PS5. Yeah, it does. So now that I've changed it to this HUD, it'll stay like this. But if I shut down the PS5 or the game and I come back, the old HUD will appear again. That was meant to be fixed. I did ask him about that, and it was meant to be fixed, and they said it didn't quite make it through for PS5. So yeah, it needs fixing. Everyone in Hereford is in the SAS. I bet they don't tell you that though. They're not allowed to say, are they? Oh, Dr. Beechin, yeah, indeed. So we're just passing through Cottam. There's a new station being built. Because over this side now is all housing estates. So they're building a small station. I don't know when that's due for completion. Let's just ease off a little bit. So is anybody excited for the new route that's been announced? I think they said the 16th, didn't they? The new Swiss route. Swiss with a bit of Italian on the end. Is it the Bernina route? How do you pronounce it? Bernina or Benign? Benina. I don't know. There's a preview coming up though. Is that Thursday? Will that be that might be Thursday, the preview. They usually do a preview on the Thursday, don't they, before the release? So it could well be this Thursday, but I don't think I've seen the announcement yet on that. So that's tomorrow, isn't it, even? Oh, they do tell you in the SAS. Is that since that programme's been on TV where they act all tough and shout at people? I don't watch that. My wife watches it. She finds it quite amusing. You know which one I mean. I can't remember what it's actually called. They get celebrities on, don't they? And they get trained to be tough by the SAS, and you've got to take all the abuse and all that. Oh, the preview is Thursday, is it? Okay, good. I'll watch that then, as usual. I don't know what you guys think, but it just seems like ages since we've had one of those previews. It's the Christmas break, isn't it? It screws up everybody's idea of how long things have been, but it's actually been a while, hasn't it? Since was it Mittelbourne? Was that the last route we had? It was, wasn't it? So it's always quiet around Christmas. So. Right, so this Kirkham South Junction's just a go via, so we're okay. But we'll slow up because I think we go down to a 40 or even a 30 through Kirkham. Mr. Water, how are you? Nice to see you. Jason, good evening. Right, let's get the anchors on a little bit. Mintelborn. Yeah, that's it. What did I call it? Mittelborn. I don't know where I got that from. Yeah, pretty good, thank you. Yeah, all good. I wonder if when I go for this go via, will that red change? Don't really want to risk it, but I'm actually coming in a bit fast, aren't I? Change. There we go. Now I've got to wait for the brakes to come off. Dear me. Right. There it goes. So there's Kirkham over there. The new routes that are about to come out are not floating your boat, Dave. I think I know what you mean about the Swiss route. I don't think the Swiss... Well, I think I've been stung by a rotor, but... I definitely know what you mean, but I think with this one you might be pleasantly surprised with this one. It looks pretty good. I think we've got proper mountains this time. which is quite nice, isn't it? Train guy, is that the guy that does a PowerPoint? He does a PowerPoint every time and says, I don't like this, I don't like this, and this is terrible, and they've lied to us, and I'm never going to buy anything again, and you guys should listen to me. Is that train guy? He's well known to the ambassadors, and probably to Jason and his community team. But he gets good views. I'll give him that. You know, he knows what to say to get good views. And if you're a YouTuber, you know, you obviously want to get good views. So every credit to him. I don't know if what he says is true, but he gets good views. So if that's his aim, then that's fine. Mr. Water says, "Oh, that guy." Right, I'm going to try something here, which, let's have a look. It's not letting me do it. Apparently, I'm able to give out some free memberships, but I can see it's not working for some reason, and I don't know why. Maybe I need to switch it on. I'll try that next time. I thought I saw something that I can give out 10 memberships per month, but it doesn't look like it's available to me. I need to switch it on or something. I'll work that out. Most of his views are clickbait. I think I've seen about half of one of his videos. That's all. So I don't know too much about it, but I think that half that I watched was probably enough, to be honest. To kind of make my mind up, you know. Does the new route come with a free Toblerone? Somebody bought me a massive one of, you know, those massive ones, those massive Toblerones. Someone got me one of them for Christmas, and I kept saying I'm not eating chocolate, but you know, it goes in the fridge and it's too tempting. You know, you get those little chewy nuggety bits in there, don't you? It's hard to resist. Or depending where you're from, it might be nougat. If you're from down south, it'd be nougat. It's nugget to us, but it's nougat to everyone else. But yeah, I'm partial to a bit of Toblerone, I must say. Oh, look at Ratty there. Ratty's one of his made men, look. Good evening, Popcorn. How are you doing? It does look quite nice. Yeah, it's nice on the PS5. There's a few services on here though that are a bit strange. I mean, it must mimic the real timetable from back then. But if you do in the journey mode, I've done some of the Blackpool South to Ormskirk runs. I don't know if any of you have done them as well, but you get like a half an hour wait at Preston, which is a bit annoying. I played one of those the other night with a view to streaming it, and I thought, well, I'll do one of them. There's about 3 or 4 in the journey mode, so I did the first one. And then I thought better of it because we'll just be hanging around for half an hour, and there's no way you can speed it up. So It must be in the timetable from back then, though. I don't imagine they would put that in, you know, without it being in the timetable. Good evening, Steve. How are you? It's from down south, and Toblerone is awful. They were selling a large Toblerone for 80 quid. Wow. Oh yeah, thanks for that thumbs up. In fact, everybody, thank you for those thumbs up you've given me there. Appreciate that, as always. The mission is to get more thumbs up than Train Guy. That's the thing, right? Everybody's got an opinion, haven't they, about Train Sim World and what they like, what they don't like, what's a rip-off, what's not a rip-off. You know, I don't know. People like controversy as well, don't they? They like to talk about it a lot. If you know, if that's certain people's things, and that's their thing, isn't it? You know, it can get a bit bothersome after a while. Yeah, the waiting at Preston is annoying. Yeah, it is. Yeah, half an hour. I literally got up, went, put the kettle on, had a wander about, came back. In fact, I'd been away so long, my controller had turned itself off, and that puts the game into pause. So I not only did I wait half an hour, I don't know how long it had been on pause, so I probably lost another 5 or 10 minutes by not keeping my eye on it. But there's not a lot to do. I mean, I started wandering around Preston Station, but I've done that often that you know, even that didn't pass the time. So right, we got a 50, and then we got a 20. This will be Polton Lefylde coming up. Way too fast. It's definitely Nugget down south. Well, that's good to hear then. These brakes are very harsh, aren't they? Bernina's looking beautiful, yeah. I've only seen the screenshots, I haven't seen the route yet, but just the mountains make it look something else. You know, Vorarlberg was the same, wasn't it, when Vorarlberg came out? Oh, PTG Rail works on the Goblin, does he? Do you know, he was the first person I think that I watched. I know Dave, if you're still there, Dave, you watched PTG Rail quite a lot. But I think most of the way that I learnt PZB was from PTG Rail, because his videos are quite relaxing. And I learnt it, I think I learnt it over a couple of videos that he did. But I found like he explained it in quite a straightforward way, which was quite good. And it was quite easy to pick up between him and Matt. Matt specifically in TSW, and I think PTG was playing Train Simulator Classic. But yeah, his videos are quite good. He's not done many recently, I don't think. But the Goblin Lines, yeah, the Goblin Lines is coming, isn't it? And now that's another route I don't know a lot about. But so I was thinking of picking that up on Train Simulator Classic, so we can have a look at that before it comes out. We can get an early look. So I'll see if I can sort that out this week, if possible. The driver's not paying attention. Yeah, there is some of that as well. I'm trying to look at this chat as well. It's difficult. I'm reading the chat on my iPad because I'm sat downstairs in the living room with my feet up, rather than being in front of the computer. So I'm trying to read the chat on the iPad. It's quite small. The Train Guy 4, yeah, that's him, yeah. Who wants to spend half an hour in Preston? Depends which bit you're in, I think. There's not much to do on the actual station once you've been there. But you are in the centre of the city, so you could actually nip out potentially. So there's plenty just outside the station. Yeah, his PZB videos are great. Yeah, they are. Yeah. Yeah. So when I first started playing TSW, and I wanted to know a little bit more about train simulators in general, because as you know, TSW was the first train simulator that I'd played when it first came out. So. He was one of the first ones that I found, and I quite liked the fact that, you know, the route learning videos I found quite easy to watch, quite relaxing. You know, you could get your feet up and watch one of those. And he obviously knows his stuff, doesn't he, as well? So I do quite like watching his. And I went back and watched a lot of his old ones as well, because he had a few on there from several years ago. He's been going for quite a while, hasn't he? As you say, he's been on, he's gone away again, he's come back and he's gone away again. But they're all still sat there, so it's definitely worth going checking them out. Even if you don't own Train Sim Classic, you know, they're still a good watch. Note to self, must improve braking on the 47. And stopping distances, etc. You've only been to an industrial estate on the edge of Blackpool? What, that's the nearest you've got to it, you mean? There's the shunter doing his thing. Got to watch out for this red now. Let's take the brakes off again. Yeah, they're getting an hammer in at the minute, yeah. They got beat 4-0 against Chelsea at weekend in the Cup. But, I mean, that was to be expected. Right, let's have the run into Blackpool North, and then we'll hop on down to Birmingham Cross City and have a look at the Centro livery for the 323, which I think I did a video on at Christmas, didn't I, on the Christmas route? But I've not actually played it in a stream yet, so I thought I'd do that. I'd do one of the scenarios that comes with it. You've travelled on the Goblin. Your nearest station was Leighton Midland Road. Is it a short route? I can't remember how long. It's about 17 miles. I was trying to find some information about it. I don't think it's a massive route, is it? "13 miles it is, right, thanks Dave. Yeah, I thought it was a short one. Middlesbrough beat Chelsea. Oh, Middlesbrough played Chelsea last night, didn't they? Was it the Carabao? That was the Carabao Cup. Ours was the FA Cup on Saturday. But yeah, they did play again, didn't they? I think that was last night. I did see a little bit of it. You taught yourself about PZB. Don't turn it on. I said this before, but everybody finds it a bit daunting, when you see it the first time and you watch people playing it. And I think for the first kind of probably 6 months of playing TSW, I definitely didn't switch it on because I didn't know anything about it. But I kept seeing all the signals coming past and not really knowing what they were, and I thought, well, I'm missing out because I'm not using it properly. And that's the only reason I kind of self-taught it. There's the Intercity liveried 47, by the way. I kind of self-taught it from watching the videos, etc. And honestly, I haven't looked back since then. You get, routes you've played without PZB on. When you put the PZB on, it's like playing a whole new route again. It's quite a good shot. I think this is night mail. Yeah, night mail. There you go. So I've got the ScotRail Lady Diana Spencer as well. You've seen that on a few videos, and it's quite nice because that appears in and around Blackpool as well a lot of the time. It's not here now, but it does appear as AI, which is quite nice. And then the other thing I noticed I was going to tell you about, and I don't know why this is. I've not seen it before. I was playing the Glossop route last night. And as I was coming out of Piccadilly Station, on my left, the little sort of siding on the left, the green, the Class 33 was the light engine on its own in the siding, which I thought was quite nice. And I've not seen that before, and I've played quite a bit of the Glossop line. I didn't know that could appear, but it was there. Got Chelsea in the next round of the FA Cup. What team are you then, Si? I did see the draw, but I can't remember. Gospel Oak to Bork in Riverside. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it though. I'm quite looking forward to that route. All the UK stuff, as you know, I quite enjoy. Who did Ipswich get? And Coventry. I can't remember. You only go to industrial estates. Are you a driver then, Animal, or similar? I assume. Right, let's switch over to Birmingham Cross City. I think this next one's about 1 hour and 10. I think, but I haven't done this scenario, so I don't know what to expect. But we'll give it a go. Keep getting Jason's Northern 158 on the MML. Yeah, it's quite nice that, isn't it? Where they just turn up. Right, Birmingham Cross City. So this Regional Railways Centro has got its own. It's got its own journey mode. So we'll go into that. And the one I was going to do was this regional speed restrictions, which is a track defect means an emergency speed restriction has been placed. Do your best to get this do your best to keep to time with this unexpected delay. There was that one, and what's this one? Yeah, we'll do this one. Regional speed restrictions, why not? We'll see how we get on. This picture, this screenshot keeps appearing a lot. Hello driver, today you'll be driving the 0701 Redditch to Four Oak service formed of a 6-car 323. And it's pouring down with rain. Okay. So, first thing, master key on, neutral. Reset the DRA. Into forwards. Get the doors locked. Right, let's check all the lights. So we've got the day headlights, yeah, 7 o'clock in the morning. Tail lights are off. Don't think there's anything over here. Turn on the GSMR, just for the fun of it. Hopefully, one day we get working GSMRs. That'll be really nice. AWS. Then we've got vigilance down here somewhere. Which one is it? That one. And that's it. Okay, cool. Right, where's the wipers on this thing? It's got to be one of these. Which one is it? We've got cab lights. Oh, there it is. Intermittent one. Let's try that, shall we? That's not doing anything. Oh no, it is. Just takes its time. I tell you what, we'll put it on intermittent 2, shall we? Speed it up a little bit. Right, wait until 7:01. So this is the Regional Railways Centro livery. Quite nice. I don't know how popular this was or is, but it looks pretty nice. Was that about a £5? Can't remember. Right, let's get underway. So we're off to Alvechurch. Platform 1 is next. Just under 3 miles. So I don't know where the speed restriction actually is. It may, being as it's a scenario, it may give us some kind of warning. Before we get to it. Try and stay under the speed limit where I can. Yeah, you're a truck driver, got it. Makes sense then. Good evening, Samuel, how are you? Thank you for that, appreciated. Welcome to the club. Hopefully we'll get the 70. There we go. Right. Let's give it the beans. Do you know which route the Class 700 layers to? You're tempted to get it in the sale. It's obviously southeastern high speed is where it sits mainly. Is it on the? Where else does it appear? It's a good question. That. Don't know if anybody else knows just offhand. Dave will probably know. Oh, there's Jason there. South Eastern High Speed, East Coast Main Line. Yeah, East Coast Main Line. Yeah, it does that. I was going to say the East Coast Main Line, but I wasn't sure. I still don't think I've completed all the scenarios for that actually on the South Eastern High Speed. I think there's about 7 that came with it. So you get a decent amount with it. Right, so we've got a 40 coming up. And Alvechurch Station in 0.7. It's a nice little DLC though, Steve, to be honest. I would say in a sale, if you're planning to get in a sale, then definitely, yeah, go for it. That's the time to build your collection up. As Dave will tell you with Train Sim Classic, I think he's bought up the whole UK catalogue in the recent sale, haven't you, Dave? Oh, that's good, that sheet. Yeah, thanks for that, Jason. Yeah, that's quite useful, showing where everything runs. Good evening, Andy. How are you doing? Bang on time as well. Let's turn this up in my ears. It's quite a quiet unit, this one, isn't it? So let's take a look at the schedule. We've got Boynt, Green, then we've got Longbridge, Northfield, Kings Norton, Bourneville, Selly Oak, University, Five Ways, Birmingham New Street, Duddleston, Aston, Gravelly Hill, Erdington, Chester Road, Wild Green, Sutton Coldfield, Four Oaks. So we've got a decent run there. Let's get the doors locked. Not far off getting the lot, Dave. Yeah, I thought so. Right, off we go to Boynt Green. Steve, you're currently on the Brighton to London route in the class 377, and you find the window view to be too narrow. Yeah, there's a couple of them like that. This one isn't so bad, is it? This one's quite wide. But yeah, some of them are very narrow. The one of the most narrow is the I can't remember the name now of the unit. The one on the Glasgow to Edinburgh route is a 385. Can't remember. That's very narrow, isn't it? It's a narrow view. Oh yeah, and there's Animal, yeah, with the same thing, yeah. Although that is a nice train to drive, that one, and it's quite a nice route. I do like going on that route. But it is narrow. Good evening, Paul, mate. How are you? Do I have the teddy bear in the cab? I don't think so. There's plenty of them knocking about, though. Is there definitely one on this train? I didn't know there was any on the trains, or are you just pulling my leg? I know there's the ones in the orange high-vis jackets at the side. A big Ted or little Ted, yeah. Click the cabinet on the right, on the other side. Is there really a teddy in there? Right, I'm going to do that. Let me get to this station. I did not know that. Alexander, good evening. How are you? Great recent stream flying over the Lake Windermere. Oh yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, yeah, I quite enjoy doing the flying ones. It's not the most popular thing on the channel that I do, but then again, I've only done a couple so far. We might do that live. I think those ones, because of the duration of some of them, they're probably best suited to doing it live. So we might do a couple of those, I think. But yeah, that was fun to make because I obviously know that route quite well. I've done that quite a few times, you know, in real life. So I know my way around there without really having to sort of navigate, if you will. Right, I'm going to get the doors open, and then I'm going to get up and go and look for this. Which cabinet do you mean? Not in there. No, that's the door handle release. Which cabinet do you mean? Ah, there you go. Right, I've learnt something there. I did not know about that. Hunsler, is that his name? I didn't even know that. Well, there you go. Is that particular to this one, or is that in all the 323s? Yeah, I did not know that. There's an emergency speed restriction before the next station. Ensure you pay attention to the line signs warning you of this speed restriction. Fair enough. Ah, it's just for this train. Nice. A teddy bear in a train is super weird. Yeah, it's something to do with the teddies appear on here. I can't remember what they said. It's some kind of mascot, isn't it, of this route? They did explain that on one of the early streams that Dovetail did, but I can't remember just offhand what it was. What route is this? This is the Birmingham Cross City line, and this is the 323. You get a 323 with it, but this one is in this livery. This is an additional DLC, but you do get this train, but in a standard sort of livery. Oh, sorry, there's Jason. He beat me to it. Right, we've got a yellow coming up, so we'll just take it easy through here. for this restriction. Yeah, the mascot, that's it. Yeah, I knew there was something about this route particularly. Andy says, have you watched Laserjet? Yeah, I know Laserjet quite well. Yeah, Laserjet, there's a couple of Laserjets. There's Laserjet that comes in this stream, and there's Laserjet, the Dovetail ambassador Laserjet. He does his model trains and things like that, doesn't he? Yeah, I know Laserjet. God, the Teddy doesn't have a Villa shirt on. And he says the LGV route for Train Sim World is one of your favourites. Yeah, it is good for speed. I haven't played it for quite a while, but yeah, it's definitely. Is it the fastest route in the game? I think it might be. Right, where's the speed restriction then? Yeah, Castle might be faster. Yeah, I forgot about the German ones. The IC ones are quite fast, aren't they? There's that much DLC now in the game. I wonder how long it would take to run some. There's the speed restriction. 10. Okay. I wonder how long it would take to go through and run something from every DLC if you were to do it in order. So yeah, the TGV I haven't been on that for quite some time. I'm just trying to think what else I've not been on. I've played a hell of a lot of the Blackpool branches recently, so that's taken up most of the time. I'd not been on this route actually until this livery came out. I'd not been on the Birmingham Cross City for some time as well. There's the standard livery, Alexander, that you're asking about. That's the one that you get with it that just went past. $95 DLCs, wow. You got 70-ish DLCs now. It's quite a lot, isn't it? I can't remember what the install size is. I've got all of them at the moment on the PS5, not on the PC, just on the PS5. I'm trying to think what the complete space is that it's taken up on the PS5. It's quite a bit. You've already got 40, Alexander. I remember you. I need to slow down here. I remember you picking it up just recently as well, because you were asking me about it. And you've already got 40 DLCs. Wow. €500 in 2 weeks. Oh my god. The thing is, you must not have played them all yet. You can't have played them all, surely. Unless you've been sat there as well for 2 weeks, 24 hours a day. That's a lot. That's a lot of DLC. I know some of those are probably low-code DLCs, but still. Do I think Train Sim World 5 will be made, or are people just joking? No, I think there'll be a Train Sim World 5. Then there'll be a 6 and a 7. I think that's the way. I think that's the way it'll go. But as we said on the previous streams, think of it as just the next iteration with 3 routes that come out for a cheaper price than you would normally get 3 routes. If you think of it that way, and all the stuff you've already got already transfers over, then, you know, you could pay, what, 90 quid. You could pay 90 quid for 3 routes, or you could pay 50 or whatever it is for whatever TSW4 was when it came out. It's still a decent discount, and you get all the new stuff. No doubt our friend Train Guy, who we were talking about before, wasn't keen on it, but the speed restriction is now over, caused by faulty points. Good evening, Jack. How are you? The TGV on Southeastern High Speed is good. Yeah, did you get the Eurostar skin for that? You can get the Eurostar skin. You may have seen me play it on one of the earlier videos. You can get that on the Creators Club. So you know you don't have to run it as the TGV. You can run it as the actual Eurostar, which is quite nice. Right, so we can get away at 7:22. So we just got a few more seconds. Let's get the doors closed. Right, off we go. Northfield is next in 1 mile. Look at that, the wet platform there. That's quite nice, that reflection in the water. Yeah, that's it, Paul. Yeah, there's always new features. When it says to wait, it generally means close the doors at that time. Well, you can close the doors. I tend to wait sort of 5 to 10 seconds. Depends what train you're in and how long it takes to close the doors. But I kind of get away. Oh, pressing the wrong button now to brake. I try and get away on the timer. So just shut the doors sort of 5-10 seconds before. We'll do it on this one. Although actually I'm arriving slightly late, so it might not work properly. But we'll see. Yeah, some do need more. It depends, yeah, which train you're on. Right, so this is Northfield. Get the doors open. Yeah, so already we're behind time. We're meant to leave at 7:24. Yeah, it is. That's what I mean. Animal. Yeah, exactly. It's the three routes. I mean, it's if you're not interested in the routes, then it's obviously not as much of a bargain, is it? If there's one route in there you don't really like, then that's a bit different. But if you're a fan of the game, you'd probably get it anyway, wouldn't you? You'd play the route and get that route on a discount, effectively. Got 12 likes. Thank you very much for that. Right, Kings Norton is next. Just take the power off and quickly flick up the route map. So we're in the bottom sort of third. Birmingham is around there, but we're going all the way up to the top there. It's a decent sized route with the two branches at the bottom as well. We've got the railhead treatment train there, which of course was another DLC, Loco DLC. I think it was that one, wasn't it? There's another one there. Look, two together. One person hasn't liked Torn Up. Yeah, well, they might have disliked, so that could be the issue. Right, this is Kings Norton. There's one of the collectibles, which I haven't got yet. Right, don't do this at home or at your local station. There we go. Close that. Lock the doors. I can see we got 15 now, Jason. So that's good. That's good. I want more than the train guy. That's the mission. More than the train guy. Right, we're off to Bourneville. See if we can get any bars of chocolate. There is a collectible, of course, for collecting dairy milks. And I think at Bourneville Station as well, I did. There's another speed restriction there. I did collect a box of these at Bourneville Station, as I recall. I'm still not sure about these speed restrictions. I think you get a warning board first, don't you, to say that one's coming up, and then you get another one when the actual restriction starts, and then one when it lifts. I'm not sure. I think we got speed restrictions the first time in one of the Glossop scenarios, didn't we? Right, this is Bourneville, all decked out in dairy milk colours. Worth buying just for the free roam alone. Yeah, the free roam is good, yeah. Oh, there's another emergency speed restriction just after the next station. Keep an eye out for the signs. Okay, so we saw one of them, which was a 30, so it must be coming up.
This is a safety announcement. Due to today's wet weather, please take extra care whilst on the station. Surfaces may be slippery.
Let's lock the doors. What was it you didn't like about Cathcart, Alexander? Is it the route itself? It's very stop-start, isn't it? I don't know if Dave is still in, but I know Dave played it for a while, and I think Dave commented that he went off it because of the stop-start nature of it. But I think all these, the more DLC we get, if you have the opportunity to dip in and out of different routes, and you're not solidly playing a route all the time for several days or several sessions, I think you can enjoy them a little bit more. If you play too much of the same thing, then it can get a bit, it can get a little bit tiring, can't it? Yeah, some of the stations 900 meters. I thought it might be that. Animal's going to be off for some chocolate any time now. Yorkie, yeah. Do you remember the advert for Yorkie? You wouldn't get away with it now. Do you remember that it wasn't that long ago? And it said, Yorkie, it's not for girls. Do you remember that? If you're in the UK, that is. I don't think you'd get away with that now, would you? Steve, you like the 314? Yeah, the 314 is quite nice and very similar to that, the 313 for East Coastway. If you've got the East Coastway, and if you've got the 313 and you've got the Brighton main line as well, you can run the 313 in some services on the Brighton main line. Some quite long services actually, and that's quite good, because you get to bring it up to speed a little bit more than you can on the East Coastway. So the 313 is a very good DLC. It drives exactly like the 314. Right, this is Selly Oak. Hello Dave, how are you? You remember that Yorkie advert? It's far too PC now. Yeah, it is, yeah. But isn't it funny how that from a marketing perspective, isn't it funny how that sticks in your mind, which is what they're after? They want it to stick, so the more controversial they can be without getting in trouble, they'll do it, won't they? Right, university is next. So some of these stops are quite close together as well, aren't they? It's only 0.7 of a mile. Alexander, you like Nidatorborn? Yeah, I think that's quite a popular one with most of us. Nidatorborn, lovely scenery. Quite a relaxing drive, that one. Forge George to the station, which is just the other side of this bridge. Just about to start on Glossop in a 323. Excellent. Yeah, I jumped on the Glossop last night, as I said. That's where I saw the Class 33 just coming out of Piccadilly there, which is quite a nice surprise. Yeah, Taxi Life is coming out as well. We'll be checking that out. The speed restriction is now over caused by a track defect. It should be fixed soon. So we've had faulty points, a track defect. It's not going too well for this route, is it? Yeah, Nidatorborn, yeah, exactly. Nidatorborn's really good, and of course, yeah, it does layer, doesn't it, as well? And again, it's a chance to take that train on a longer run by layering onto there and get it up to speed as well, because it's a very slow route, isn't it, Nidatorborn? Single track, most of it, so it's nice to run these trains elsewhere, get them up to speed. Five Ways is next. Yeah, it's a good one, Steve. You'll enjoy that. Yeah, I shall try and get Taxi Life on the PS5. It's the same team as Train Life, which we played quite a bit of, didn't we? Not long ago. I just going to say I could hear a football crowd. There's nobody there, but I could hear the crowd coming out my left ear there. Yeah, if you just have a look for on YouTube for Taxi Life, they've done a few dev videos on it so far. But it looks quite nice. Yeah, Barcelona. I think it's 1-to-1 scale as well, if I remember rightly. Right, this is 5 ways. You liked Oakville Subdivision. That's not one of my favourites, you know, that one, I've got to admit. I just need to play it a bit more, I think.
Is a safety announcement. Due to today's wet weather, please take extra care whilst on the station. Surfaces may be slippery.
If you buy a new loco DLC, does the map change? No, they generally will run on the existing route. So a lot of the early local DLCs are tied to a specific route, so you'll need to own the route first. But a couple of the more recent ones, you don't need the route. There are some standalone ones, but it's worth checking that sheet that Jason listed just earlier on up the chat, just to see where everything runs. Then you can see how much value you'll get out of a DLC based on what you already own, if that makes sense. Birmingham New Street is next. Park life, yeah. So we've got a 20 coming into Birmingham and a 10. And we're going down quite a steep hill to add to that. Yeah, I just need to go back to Oakville. I got put off it quite early on. I think it was when it first released. Do you remember the debacle about the size of the map and all the different places you could go off to the sides into all the different industrial areas, etc., etc. Then you remember when it came out, and actually you couldn't. They were modelled, but you couldn't actually go up and down the line. And so it wasn't initially. It wasn't what I expected once it released. And I know that was one of the famous Sam Colonel Failure apologies, wasn't it? One of his apology streams where they talked about it, and I think they reorganised the map to show the bits that were off limits. Whereas initially it looked as if you could get everywhere that was on the map, you couldn't. And I think that kind of put me off a little bit at the beginning, because I found that a little bit frustrating. But I definitely need to go back to it. I think it was a lot of straight runs as well. Did they not also say that they were working? Well, it was when Adam was there. They were working on adding some passenger runs to Oakville. because it's all freight, isn't it? But the passenger stations are actually there, but not usable. And I think they were going to add that, and I don't think I've not heard anything about that for a while, so I don't know if that is still a thing. It was something that Adam's team were working on, but of course Adam isn't with the company now, so I don't know if anybody's taken that on or not. Gordon life, you could make all of them, couldn't you? Yeah, passengers won't happen now. Yeah, that's a shame. It's just it's gone off the radar. You remember them talking about it though. They did say that they were working on that. But yeah, it's probably not a thing. He went to work for Skyhook, so he's been involved on the MML. I did watch him stream on his own Twitch channel the other week. Once when we got the big MML update, the Midland Main Line update, which was it just before Christmas? I think we got a decent patch for that, which actually has made it quite nice. He was streaming that on his old Twitch channel the night before it was released, and I did watch that. That was quite a good stream. He got a real job. Right, so I'm going to close the doors now, like we were talking about earlier, just so that we can be ready for the off. That's interesting. It asked me to open the door, so I must have been a split second too early. So I'll close them again. So it's not saved me any time. Right, Duddleston is next. So we've got to depart Birmingham initially, 10 miles per hour, going to 15 and then 30. I've got this guy with his trolley dolly. Yeah, great job on those likes. Thank you very much. Yeah, thanks, Ratty. Yes, I've seen SimRail. I haven't got SimRail though. That's just set in one country. Is it Poland? I can't remember. It's been a while since I've seen it. Let's just check the schedule again. So Duddleston, as we mentioned, and we've got Aston, Gravelly Hill, Erdington, Chester Road, Wild Green, Sutton Coldfield, Four Oaks. Due in at 8:11, so we've got about 20 minutes. People say SimRail's better than Trainsim World. Honestly, I've not seen enough of it to know, but if it is only one route, as Ratty's saying, though, it's just one route in Poland, then obviously at the moment there's not the variety that Train Sim World has got. I think I'd probably take a look at it if it had, if it had a couple more routes on it. Is it full release now? Is it still early access, or I can't remember. I know it's been around for a while. And as you say, Rat, it's only on the PC. Right, this is Duddleston. I actually enjoyed. I don't know how many of you saw the live stream a few days ago that I did in TS Classic, going from Birmingham down to London Euston in the Pendolino. That was a good run. I enjoyed that. Go and have a look at that if you didn't see that. That's on the feed. About 118 miles it is between New Street and Euston. That would be a nice route in TSW, West Coast Main Line South. Any of the West Coast Main Lines, as we talked about before. He left because of two reasons. One's the real reason and one isn't. I can probably imagine what one of them was. Mr. Water, sorry I missed that. Are you doing any more ETS2 or ATS? No, I will do. I've got the PC. I've got quite a few different things across the PS5 and the PC that I want to play. So I will definitely be doing it. I've been playing it a little bit offline. I did play a bit of the Christmas event as well. The Winter Wonderland event that was on. I did a little bit of that as well. I did attempt to try streaming it, but I had a problem on my Streamlabs where in just Euro Truck and American Truck you couldn't hear the game sound for some reason. And then I looked in the settings and there's a little setting in there that talks about background noise or something. And by clicking that, it turned it back on again. But I don't know how that came unset in the first place. It took me ages to work that out. I thought it had just stopped working, so I did film a whole video on American. I think it was on American Truck in the Winter Wonderland, and played it back, and there was no sound, even though it was registering and showing me there was sound. So that was disappointing. So it will be back. It'll definitely be back. Aston is next, which I always naturally assume is where Aston Villa is. I don't know if you can see the football ground from the station. If Mel was in, Mel would tell us, because Mel is from Mel is an Aston Villa fan. She would tell us. Have you tried Run 8? No, I don't know what that is, Animal. Oh, by the way, for those of you that are still interested, that have been watching the channel for a while, and as Mr. Water is talking about trucking sims, On the Road is getting an update. Did you see the short on YouTube by Airsoft? I couldn't tell by watching the short. I couldn't tell what the update was. So I did reach out to them and I asked them when's the update coming out and what's in the update, and they wouldn't tell me. I wanted to try and give anybody that was interested a bit of an exclusive, but they wouldn't tell me. So that was a shame. They didn't even give me a hint as to time frames, as to when it's likely to be released. So I might just jump back on that just to cover the update once that comes out. But that might be it. I think I've been spoilt now with Euro Truck and American Truck to go back full time to On the Road. The ground is right by the station, is it? Right, I'm looking for it. You're going to tell me in a minute, aren't you, where it is? Am I just not seeing it? Right, I'm not seeing it. Unless it's hidden away somewhere. Probably past it somewhere. Villa Point wasn't included, so it's near to. So it's near to the station, but they hadn't actually modelled it. Yeah, the Midland Main Line they put Derby in, didn't they? After the event, I don't think that was in originally. Then they did not this update that we just got. The one before it, they put. It's Pride Park, isn't it? They put Pride Park in. You can actually see it as you're coming out of the station. Yeah, it's worth trying it again, Mr. Water, as soon as you've got it. But I know what you mean. You were telling me for ages that I wouldn't go back to it. But I will play it for the sake of the channel, definitely, because there's lots of people still. A lot of people still watch the On the Road videos that are on the channel. Even the very old ones. Lots of people still watch that, so it's quite popular. But I understand that because a lot of people that are on console don't have the option, of course, to go off and play Euro Truck, etc. So they will still keep playing it. So I don't mind playing it. We'll do an odd one. Depends what's in the update. Hopefully, after so long, it's quite a substantial update, but who knows? Yeah, Brighton's Amex is visible from Farmer. Yeah, you can actually walk right up to it as well. If you go on foot, you can get right up to it. Or pretty much right up to it. And Murrayfield, of course, yeah, that's right. Oh, Run 8 is an American freight game. I don't think I've seen that. Right, Gravelly Hill is next. In just over 500 yards. There we go. I don't want to be quite dense, but you know, on the new HUD there at the top, the little red sort of square icon of somebody, you know, the hand pulling the lever. Is that showing me I've got the brakes on? Or is that showing me the doors are open, or I'm in the wrong setting, or what is that actually signifying? I don't actually know. I don't know what that is meant to help me do, if I'm honest. Let's just see when it disappears. So the doors are closing. Right, so it went when the doors are. Is that just a caution light then? Not sure. It means you've lost traction, although it's bugged for some train. Right, that's what. Yeah, I was trying to work it out. I was trying to work out when it appeared and what was triggering it, and I wasn't quite sure. So that's probably why then. It didn't seem consistent across different trains. Good evening, Black Arrow. How are you doing? Have I played Train Life lately? Not in the past kind of 2 months. I'd say it's about 2 months or so since I played it. I'm still working my way around to completing it, but I'm definitely not playing it as much as I used to. Oh, you wish there was a way to shut off the roadblocks that take you suddenly down to a certain speed, or you derail. Yeah, they're a bit of a pain, those, aren't they? Because that wouldn't happen in real life, would it? I know exactly what you mean. The good thing is, though, that it only happens in a couple of areas on the map, and they're always at the same spots. Right, this is Erdington. So about 10 minutes from the end, I think. But Black Arrow is right about the rain. It has rained for the full run so far. So we got the standard West Midlands Railway livery on the back, which, as we were saying earlier, this is the one that you get as standard, the 323 that you get as standard with the Birmingham Cross City line, and then this one that we're driving now is also a 323, but it's in this Regional Railways Centro livery. So this is a reskin, a DLC. This one. So you have to pay extra for this one. Right, onto Chester Road. You thought the red icon was the brakes. The brakes were on. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But as Jason says, if it's meant to be traction, that makes sense, because I know if I've put the brakes on a little bit too hard, there's probably some wheel slip and it's come up. But I wasn't entirely sure. Yeah, Farming Sim. I wanted to like Farming Sim, but I never quite got into it. Maybe I need to just try it again. It's one of those games where you've got to go and spend quite a bit of time in it, isn't it? And that might have been the issue. I may not have spent as much time in it as I should. Can't wait to see me try Oakville. I might do Oakville. Yeah, I might do Oakville on a future one. With all these DLCs, I do struggle sometimes to pick, what it is to do on the stream. So that might be a good idea. Because many of you will know that Oakville and Arosa are probably the two routes that I don't dislike them. It's not that I dislike them. They're not my go-to routes. You could probably put Rapid Transit on that one as well. I think Rapid Transit is quite close to that. I don't think there's any that I sort of dislike, and I think there's no way I'm playing it. There's none of them. But certain ones you have to be in the mood for. Like I always say, the freight ones, the big freight routes that we've got. I like to do those on a Sunday morning. Just get my feet up and run one of those for a couple of hours. But they also don't make for a good stream as well, unless you're really into your US freight stuff. Then there's not a lot to do. Unless you're coming downhill on Sandpatch, which is quite interesting. Right, this is Wild Green. All right, Steve. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Have a good one. Yeah, so when I lock these doors now, the symbol will go off. I've still got the brakes on. So, yeah, I don't know. But it's bugged me, that. Sutton Coldfield is next. A good day for an umbrella and raincoat, yeah. Yeah, it's quite wet. So we got an alarm there because the speed is coming down to 35. I do like this new hood. It's a nice this minimal hood is a nice balance between being completely hoodless and just having a little bit of information. I like the fact that it's at the top left. I was trying it before this hood was released. I was trying it, using the sort of the readouts on the actual train, for the speed. And some of them are fine, but some of them, like the Azuma, for example, the speedometer is really difficult to see. I found that anyway. Maybe not if you're on a PC and you're sat right in front of it, but if you're, like me, I'm sat, 8 to 10 feet away from the TV just now. This one you can see, but some of them are quite hard to see. So I'm kind of glad that this hood has made it in. So you can cheat a little bit. I suppose it's cheating, really, but I find that a lot better than having the big giant hood down in the bottom right hand corner. Sutton Coldfield, I'm almost sure I've been to this station in real life. Yeah, interlock. Jason said it's to do with traction, so I suppose as well when the door's open, then you're not going to be able to move off. So it's sort of, is it just telling you there's something you need to do if you want to move? Which in this case is shut the doors. I don't know. But as I was saying earlier, the reason I asked the question is it doesn't seem consistent. I sat trying to work it out, looking what it was doing and when it appeared, and for different trains or different routes, it wasn't telling me the same thing. So now it's gone. I've still got the brakes on, so now I can go though. So. Right, Four Oaks, which I believe is our final stop, which is in just over a mile. West Somerset is getting updated. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with that actually. That should be quite nice. I mean, we don't know what it's going to fully contain at the moment, but I don't know, it might have a new timetable, I guess, and some layering put in it as well, because we've got quite a few trains that potentially could run there now. And of course all the scenery will change. We saw some screenshots, didn't we, I think, just before Christmas, and some of the it's a more updated version, isn't it? And the scenery looks pretty good. And I think if you've got the old one, I think they're going to give you the new one, aren't they? They're not going to expect you to pay for it again, which is also quite nice. Right, we've got a red, which is now a yellow, so we're good. Got 23 likes there, I'm very pleased with that. Thanks everybody for coming in first of all, and thanks everybody for clicking the button. And as was mentioned earlier, don't forget that Dovetail will be doing the new route release stream tomorrow night on their channel, so go and check that out. That'll be the first time I've seen it as well, apart from the screenshots, so I'm quite looking forward to that. It's always a good night when they show off a new route. I always look forward to that. So that is no doubt going to be a couple of hours. Don't know if Matt is going to be driving. Although it's a Rivet route, isn't it? So Rivet may be doing the driving. Not sure. Yeah, free update providing you own the original one. Yeah, exactly. So that's good. Even Train Guy can't complain about that one. This is Four Oaks. Let's just go easy. There we go. That'll do us. Unlock the doors. We're slightly late. 4 minutes. There's plenty of people getting off. Matt, Alex, and Jesper. That's good. Yeah, so Matt will be doing the driving, and Alex and Jesper will be doing the talking, I expect. And that's us. So thanks very much. That was good. A nice run up to Blackpool first of all, and then a scenario for this 323 in the Regional Railways livery. Quite enjoyed that. Thanks everybody for coming in once again. Do appreciate it. Thank you for those likes. Take it easy. Have a good evening, and I will see you on the next one. All the best. Catch you soon.